could be smoke and mirrors, but if it's true, he picked Pittsburgh. And so, like, in that case, I mean, it's set up to be, nothing but positive for him. Like, we're a better organization than the Bears.
Welcome back to the most professional sports channel on YouTube. Welcome back to Circle Chair Sports. I'm your host, Zach Circleberg Burke. Here with my co-host today, Aaron and Joe. Go ahead and say hi, guys.
Hi. If you like our content, like and subscribe, and leave us a comment and let us know what you think.
Yeah, we're right around 50 subscribers, so your subscription would be much appreciated to get us over the hump. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. So in this video, we'll be taking a look at finally Justin Fields has been traded after months of speculating about what the Bears could possibly get for Justin Fields. We finally know the answer, and it's not much. They got what was it, 1 6 round pick from the Pittsburgh Steelers that could become a 4th round pick if he plays a lot this year, which basically means that Russell Wilson's going to be starting all 17 games for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Joe, what are your thoughts on bringing in Justin Fields right after the Russell Wilson acquisition?
I'm perfectly fine with it. I've been I think I've told you guys this before. Like, I'm a big believer in, like, when you get a young quarterback to, like, let him sit for a year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sitting out, like, helps them a lot, even if it's not top talent or top veteran quarterback, such as your guys' experience with Mahomes behind Alex Smith. Like, Alex Smith wasn't the greatest quarterback ever. He's not a Hall of Famer, but 1 year of experience behind a guy who's been in the league 10 plus years is a lot for a rookie. And so, like, Justin Fields, we're basically, I'm looking at him as a rookie because Chicago did,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm.
who knows about Chicago?
Just
That
an
was They
extended,
did awful around that guy.
yeah. Consider it an
So
extended
I'm
college career.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's just call it that. We saw the flashes where, like, it's enough to excite me. Especially, he's shown more flashes than Pickett. He was better than last year. I think a lot of people around the NFL, I think us three can definitely agree that Fields is an upgrade to Pickett.
Oh yeah,
Um, Having Russell Wilson for, what was it, 1.2 million? I think it is, to be exact. Like,
something like that.
I'm totally fine with letting Russell Wilson start the entire season, or like at least half of it,
Mm-hmm.
and letting Justin Fields just let him adjust to Pittsburgh, let him get used to being there, comfortable before just throwing him into the fire like Chicago did. I'm happy with it. Let's just go with that. I'm happy with it. Justin Fields. We've never had a quarterback in Pittsburgh that can run. Like, my whole life, I saw Ben Roethlisberger, and then whatever backups from when he was hurt. So, kind of makes me excited when we're supposed to be a run first team with Arthur Smith. You know, he did what he did with Eric Henry. Not saying Najee like that, but I'd like to think we have him and Jalen Warren running the ball, and then Justin Fields adds a little extra. I'm also hyped that I'll take a veteran quarterback like Russ to let him play, to make sure we guarantee that Justin Fields is worth a 6th round pick, not the 4th. So
Yeah,
I'm good with it. It's exciting.
yeah, and I think that Russell Wilson's a really good quarterback to kind of like stylistically to kind of have mentor Justin Fields because they have a lot of like a young Russell Wilson was very similar to Justin Fields like current day. Um, really, Russ was just a little bit more of a polished passer than maybe Justin Fields is, but I think Justin Fields is a little bit more athletic, so he's kind of got him beat there. But I think Russell Wilson could be a really good leader for him, mentor for him, to where, like you said, he's obviously probably not going to be the starter right away in Pittsburgh, but give him, half a season, a whole season to sit behind a former Super Bowl winning quarterback who's, been playing in this league for over a decade, has tons of experience, has seen tons of different looks. Um, he can gain a lot of knowledge from just sitting behind Russell Wilson. Aaron, what do you kind of expect out of Justin Fields in Pittsburgh?
I think it's a great place for him to go. Kind of like you guys said, I don't think it's really in the Steelers' way to sort of start one guy and then midway through the season switch to the backup. So I don't really see Justin Fields playing a whole lot, if at all, this year or this coming year, unless Russell Wilson, either gets hurt or plays absolutely terribly. So, but I think it's a great place for him to go. I'm happy he got kind of a fresh start with um, a successful organization, at least historically, if not recently. Get him out of Chicago, who's just, of course, they start making some actual moves and then they ship him away. So, what a
Yeah.
dumpster fire that organization has been.
Yeah, I just hope they don't waste Caleb Williams' career, but who really knows? Joe, you mentioned that before, I think it was before we started recording, that the fact that y'all were able to get more in return for Kenny Pickett than what you gave up for Justin Fields is kind of crazy because obviously I think just about everybody would agree Justin Fields at the very least has a higher ceiling than Kenny Pickett, if not just the flat out better player right now. Um, how do you kind of feel about Kenny Pickett being out the door? Do you feel like you got enough in return for him? Do you kind of wish he would have been willing to stick around and maybe sit behind Russ for a year and see what happens? Because rumors are that once Russ came in, was guaranteed the starting job, is kind of what initiated Pickett to want to leave. So
Yeah, I mean, what I saw the reports were like the day or days before we got Russ, they said it was going to be a competition. Like it wasn't Pickett's job; he was going to have to compete. And then when we signed Russ, one report from inside the Steelers came out and said that it was the day after we got him. He spoke to Tomlin and them, and they said it was still a competition, but in simple terms, it was Russ's job to lose. And so Pickett didn't want out before, but after that said he wanted out. I think his big thing is he just wanted a fair, actual 50-50 shot at being a starter. And I don't blame him. I mean, like, this was going to be a big year for him to see what could happen for his
mhm.
career-wise. I'm stoked that we got a third-round pick out of it. I'm surprised we got a third-round pick because outside of him being young and us drafting him in the first round, I don't think he showed anything worthy of a first or second round pick.
No,
Justin Fields, on the other hand, I 100% expected at least like a second rounder for him, especially
right.
because he's shown the flashes to be good. So like I'm happy for Pickett if that's what he wanted. I mean, it's also a business. We gave him to Philadelphia, so it's like, hey, you want to, you could have had a QB competition, and not necessarily was in your favor, and now you're going to Philly where you ain't got no shot unless Jalen
No,
Hurts goes down.
yeah,
So I mean, I hope the best for Pickett. I liked him. I liked the way he played for us. Like he didn't play great, but I liked his attitude and he had like a moxie about him. Just straight up, he didn't care. Like he just
right.
let the ball fly. Obviously, panned out worse than it did on the good end, but I just think it's wild to think that Kenny Pickett went for more than Justin Fields at the end of the day. Like that, Justin Fields was he top 10 or was he like 11?
He
I
was,
think he's
I
11.
think he was, yeah, something like that. Might have
But
been
nonetheless,
late
and he was
single
one of the
digits.
top in his class. Like Pickett was barely a first rounder.
Right.
Everyone only really had him going first rounder to us in Pittsburgh. But like, I mean, I'm happy with it. I'll take the guy with the higher ceiling. I hope the best for Pickett. He's originally from the Northeast. I think it's New Jersey, so he's an Eagles fan. So good for him. But
Mm.
welcome, Justin Fields. Pickett, all good, man. Thanks for the bridge playing as good as Rudolph and Trubisky, but yeah, we'll take Russ and Justin Fields and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, yeah, Aaron. I mean, obviously the upgrade between Justin Fields and Kenny Pickett's kind of apparent. Justin Fields had, I think he had over 1,000 yards rushing last year, and then if not this year as well, was really close to it. So a real dual threat quarterback, something Pittsburgh's never really had back there under center. How do you think that kind of changes the dynamic of the offense, especially with a new offensive coordinator like Arthur Smith coming in, who's, got a history of wanting to run the ball more than pass the ball? So, do you feel like that kind of leans towards, and kind of in favor of Justin Fields?
Um, yeah, probably. I mean, I think play action, if you're able to run play action, that's a good thing, regardless on offense, if you're, able to successfully fool the defense.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know how much it kind of changes the dynamic because, kind of like you said, the dynamic is going to change anyway with the new offensive coordinator. I mean,
right.
that offense. we all saw what it was these last couple of years under Matt Canada, and it was not a pretty sight. So I think any change was welcome at this point. Um, and it's exciting for Justin Fields um, and Russell Wilson both, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're both in better situations than they were before Pittsburgh. They've got much more stability at the head coaching position, obviously, with a guy who's been there for 15 years or whatever it's been now, as opposed to Sean Payton, brand new head coach, and then Hackett before that for Wilson, had never been a head coach before in his whole career, so we saw how bad that turned out for him, and then for Justin Fields. He had a defensive minded Eberflus, I think, for his entire career. That might be wrong. But regardless, a not very successful, head coach steering the ship, not like Mike Tomlin, who's been there, done that, has led this team for over a decade now. Um, I think that stability is going to be huge for Justin Fields because stability at the head coaching and coordinator positions is more important to young quarterbacks than probably anything else is. We see how that can benefit guys like a Patrick Mahomes or like a Tom Brady back in the day. We've seen how it can hurt guys like a Blaine Gabbert down in Jacksonville or um, I don't know, Bryce Young down in Carolina this past year. It's you need that stability at the coaching positions to be successful at the NFL level, at least early as a quarterback. You have your rare instances of the C.J. Strouds and stuff like that, but I think even that's more of a testament to how good of a head coach there whoever I can't think of the name right
Nico
now.
Ryans.
D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico Ryans was at coming straight into that sort of position. So, um, Joe, how do you think Tomlin's going to be able to? It's not the first time he's had to deal with a rookie quarterback, obviously, but he doesn't exactly have a great track record of it. Or not rookie quarterback, but young quarterback. Every young quarterback that he's kind of coached is, I mean, really, it's just Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph, and neither of those went well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough transition. I mean, we had Big Ben for years,
Right.
won a couple Super Bowls, like top 5 quarterback in the league easily when he was in his prime. So like trying to go from that and trying to find a young guy is tough. Like the last young guy we had at quarterback was Big Ben. That was successful, I should say. So like someone loved Justin Fields when they were coming out in the draft. I remember seeing that a lot. We were in no position to be able to get him,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not known to be a team to trade up
Yeah.
in the draft, especially. So like connection wise, I'm excited about that. And I don't know if you guys heard the story, but apparently there was 5 teams that the Bears gave Justin Fields to. Like they laid him out in front of him. Yeah, so I'm assuming that was 5 different offers from 5 teams that they were willing to accept. And apparently they gave Justin Fields the pick of where he wanted to go.
Well, that was
It's
nice
just
of
one
him.
report I saw. Could be fake. They did say they were trying to do right by him, and then this report came out, so could be smoke and mirrors. But if it's true, he picked Pittsburgh, and so like in that case, I mean, it's set up to be nothing but positive for him. Like we're a better organization than the Bears, so that stability, like you said, with the head coaching and all that, that's gonna help a lot. But also him, if he really did choose to be there, to Chicago, he got drafted, wasn't a choice. Like now he wants to be there. Like it's set up to be a great thing, but now it's also like if it doesn't go well, there's gonna be a lot of things popping up. Like you brought up, Tomlin hasn't been successful with young quarterbacks with the last 2. I get you can even call Trubisky somewhat young. He wasn't that old when we first got him.
Yeah, but I mean, he
So he
wasn't
was
really a
late
starter,
20s.
was he?
He started the first like 3 games for us,
Mm.
and then they benched him or 2. But yeah, I mean, if it doesn't go well, there's gonna be a whole lot of questions as to whether it's Tomlin, whether it's offensive coordinators, quarterback coach. Like I don't know, because I don't. We can't go another couple 4 or 5 years without having something at quarterback.
Right.
So that's why I prefer the Russ to start over Fields. Let the veteran go, save us that 4th-round pick, and I'm just hoping he enjoys it enough to where he wants to stay. We have a hell of a defense.
Yeah.
We also now got to figure out what weapons we're gonna get him the ball with. We
Yeah.
have George Pickens and we got Van Jefferson now at receiver specifically.
Yeah, I definitely think
And
y'all end up drafting
who knows?
somebody. But
They might. They're still tied to Brandon Ayuk
mm,
is one that we're tied to, and then Tyler Boyd has been a big one.
Tyler Boyd would be a good one,
So
yeah. But
just for
well,
the heck of it, Steelers fans are really holding on to Justin Jefferson. We all know that's not
that's
happening
that's
though.
not happening.
That's a one hell freezes over.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if he got traded this offseason. I just don't see it happening. But unless y'all get anything else, I think that'll do it for this episode of the most unprofessional sports channel on YouTube, Swivel Chair Sports. I've been your host, Zach Zuckerberg Berkeley, with my co-host today, Aaron and Joe. Go and say bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Other than that, deuces.